Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. This is video 3 of hopefully only 3 of trying to chase down bad bearings on the front of this engine. It's the 2011 Jeep Wrangler JKU named Hound, 3.8 liter engine, and I'm replacing the alternator today. To make sure everything is safe, when I remove the alternator, I'm disconnecting both the positive and the negative battery cables from the battery terminals. Before you take the belt off, make sure you take a picture or make a drawing of your belt layout so that you know how it goes when you want to put it back on. To take the belt off, just take a 3/8 inch ratchet or maybe an extension on your ratchet, put in the center square of the belt tensioner, which is right underneath the power steering pulley, and turn it clockwise. That'll release the tension on the belt and you can pull the belt right off. With electrical safing taken care of and the serpentine belt removed, your alternator is on the driver's side of the engine and it's really easy access. So to start with, we're going to remove the cap on the power line for the alternator, use a 15mm socket to remove the nut, and then pull that cable off the top of the alternator. There's a bracket on top of the alternator that holds the power line from the battery in place. You need a 13mm socket, and you can fully remove that arm or just remove the front bolt or nut and then loosen up the back nut and swing it out of the way, whatever's easier for you. To disconnect the electrical connector on the back of the alternator, just pull the red tab back to unlock it, depress the little tab, and then the electrical connector should pull off pretty easily. You need a 16mm socket and just remove the 2 bolts that are holding the alternator into the frame that's attached to the engine. The 2 bolts are obviously different lengths, and the short one goes on the inboard side and the long one goes into the outboard side because it actually needs to go all the way to the back of the alternator. With those bolts out, now you're free to remove the alternator. You'll be able to swing it up towards the driver's side really easily. There's a compression sleeve on the back of the outboard side of the alternator that's holding it tightly in place by design, and so you might have to kind of pry up on it with a screwdriver, pry bar. Be real careful when you're doing that, or just wiggle it out and it'll come out. So here's the old and the new alternator. They're exactly looking the same because they're exactly the same part, because I'm got the replacement one under warranty. And again, the old one was charging just fine. It's working just fine. I think it's just the bearings are going bad in it. And you definitely want to replace a alternator that might be going bad before it actually goes bad and you get stranded. And on the back of the alternator, this is the little compression sleeve that I was talking about. The bolt will thread into that and it'll actually draw it into the alternator a little bit, and that will make sure you have a really tight connection against the engine bracket. But this is also what makes it a little bit more challenging to pull it out when you replace it. If you were to pull your alternator out and then want to put it back in, you might need to use something to gently tap this with a hammer to push it back that way a little bit so it'll drop in, but the new one should drop in just fine. To install the new alternator, just drop it into the bracket, get the holes lined up, put the bolts in, and torque both of those bolts down to 40 foot-pounds. And then mate the electrical connector. Make sure you put that red locking tab down. And then the nut and the bolt for the bracket that hold the alternator wire, those actually are supposed to get torqued to 28 foot-pounds. The new alternator comes with a new nut for the wire that comes from the battery. So pull that nut off, put the cable down, tighten the nut actually to 110 inch-pound. And for whatever reason, the nut on the old alternator needed a 15mm socket. The nut on the new alternator needs a 12mm socket. And then put the cover back on. The new alternator is installed. The only thing left to do now is put the serpentine belt back on and then reconnect the battery. All right, the battery's reconnected, alternator's installed, the serpentine belt is on. Made sure the belt is on the pulley tracks, lined up with how the schematic was that I made. So I think everything's in good shape. Let's start it up and see if the noise is any different. Well, unfortunately, the engine noise is not really any different at all. It's still making the noises I was trying to get rid of, but looking at the alternator voltage from inside the Jeep. It's 14.1, 14.2 volts. So I know the alternator is working well, so that's good. Brand new alternator installed. So hopefully the video has been useful and helpful to show you how to replace the alternator. And I'm going to keep trying to track down the source of that engine noise. I think the water pump might be what I go after next. Thanks for watching. Till the next video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and we'll see you next time.